Hey everyone, it's Jeanette Johnson with Century 21 Connect Realty.
And Isaiah Lyles with Primerica Financial Services.
And welcome back to Mind Your Business show.
Back in the mind.
All right, Isaiah. So the spotlight is on you this week. We really want to offer the best solutions for people when it comes to saving their money, investing their money. Mm-hmm. And I know you've been getting a lot of, heat in the comment section. In your Facebook and Instagram, especially since we've been posting some content up. But it's really been sparking conversation, and people are curious, and they read things, they hear things online, and of course, you're always one to kind of either debunk some of the myths or just show them maybe a different mindset in thinking about how to save their money and kind of like thinking it outside of your traditional box of, the banks and everything like that. So the heat's on you this week. We want to know, the people want to know, first and foremost, what are some steps people can take when they're preparing for becoming financially sound for their future?
Okay, Jeanette. So some steps we can take is first, I would say the first step is debunking some of these misconceptions and changing the mindset behind becoming financially independent, becoming a person who can save and invest and move towards a more financially stable lifestyle. And some of the things that are commonly heard are average and ordinary people cannot become financially independent, which is false. They definitely can.
Okay.
Or you have
so
to have.
So you're saying average and ordinary people, your average person cannot, is what people are saying on the streets.
Yeah, that's some things that I've heard. No way to get ahead. There's no way when it comes down to the cost of things, the rising cost of things that we're paying for, the services that we're paying for, these high interest rates and things of that nature.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are against us, and I can't argue with that because that is very true. There's a whole lot of things against us when it comes down to these things, but a lot of those are outside of our control.
Okay.
Right?
So you're here to talk about what's in our control.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about what we can control because we want to be proactive, not reactive.
Not reactive.
Okay, so you don't have to have a six-figure income. You don't have to have a six-figure job. You don't have to win the lottery. You don't have to have an inheritance coming in to become financially secure, financially stable.
Did you just tell me I don't have to win the lottery?
You don't have to win the lottery. The numbers don't have to hit for you to change your life.
All this time I've been planning my life around winning the lottery. You're telling me I don't need to do that to save my money?
You don't need to.
Good.
Besides,
good to
know. I'm glad you brought that up because we think about how many stories that we've heard over time of people hitting the lottery, making these large amounts of money, end up flat broke and back where they started or worse.
And that's because
there's not the common knowledge behind getting the money.
Right.
Accumulating the wealth without the time to accumulate the knowledge. So fast money without getting money fast without accumulating the knowledge is almost pointless because you're going to end up back where you started at the end of the day. Right. So you got to change your mindset and take control of your financial situation. Start by paying yourself first.
Okay. So is that one of the steps in changing your mindset? How do you readjust your mind to say, okay, I'm going to start paying myself first? Because let's be real, majority of everybody is going to get their paycheck, do what they need to do with it, and then put whatever they have aside. And that's usually where the problems come into play is I don't have any money to put aside because I didn't save any money. All my money went to bills. So that's where you get the I can't mentality. So how you change somebody's mindset into understanding that concept?
We haven't figured that out yet because changing mindsets is difficult. But however, there's steps. Well, number one, let me not say that. A person has to want to change their mindsets. They have to want different for themselves. They have to see different for themselves and actually believe that it's possible before that mindset actually changes.
Which we do have a whole podcast on.
We do.
Constructing your mindsets and all of that too. So definitely go back and watch that for sure.
That episode. Okay. But just changing that mindset and saying, okay, that this is something I want to do, which it inadvertently changes your value system. Because I often hear, oh, I want to wait till I have enough money before I start saving money. And it's like, okay, how long have you been waiting? And when's your scheduled date to have enough money?
Right.
So you're staying in the system and you're staying within a control that's outside of yourself. That's not taking responsibility, their ability to respond to different things. They're not taking that responsibility of your finances in that
Right.
sense, or saying I don't make enough money to save, or blaming everything outside of your locus of control, costs too high and different things of that nature. But when I talk about like changing your value system, a trip to the nail salon, just one less trip to the nail salon could be the start of a financial plan.
Right. But I need my nails done.
You do. One less time a month can make all the difference in your financial future. That's the
But
difference.
what about my hair? I need my hair done.
Need that hair done. A lot of times it costs like $200-$300. $583 a month can max out your Roth IRA.
Okay, let's say somebody doesn't want to give up the cosmetic appearances of themselves. They don't want to sacrifice those expenses. What other ways can they mitigate costs in their everyday life?
Mitigating cost. Besides taking a look at what you're paying for on a set a budget. Set a budget and stick to it. Mitigate those costs by saying, okay, I'm going to have the discipline to not get that third cup of coffee at Starbucks a week. Just stick it to 2. Now you just save the extra $5 on the low end. We know it's not $5, but
It's
on
really
the low
like
end,
30 every trip.
yeah. But couple that with in an entire month, you saved $5 in a week per month. That's $20. $25 can go a long way. $25 can go a long way when it comes down to saving and having money to invest at the end of the year. And honestly, how often can we toss away $25 in a week?
In a second.
In a second.
I mean, in today's world, yeah, in a second. When
It's
I was
so
a kid,
easy.
$25, like,
That
what?
was the world.
I'm about to go to
Ball
Walmart, get me the
out.
latest toy. I'm about to have enough for chocolate. Yeah, but it's gone in a second now.
It's gone in a second. So we throw away $25 a week easily. However, $25 a week is $100 a month.
Right.
And like I said, some of those mindsets I hear is if they don't have a lot of money to save, don't want to save. Or
I
it
was
doesn't
just
look
going to
like
bring
it.
that up, actually, because I remember you getting that kickback pretty frequently, is that the mindset is, okay, I need all of this money in order to start saving, like to starting an investment plan with you. You know, a lot of people may get a little bit on edge about it because they're like, well, I only got like $50 a month to really spare. And
That ain't no money. And then they don't.
right, and then the concept it's not enough, but you can easily debunk that.
Yeah, it comes down to learning the Rule of 72, which teaches how your money can double for you. Because when you get these interest rates in the bank, banks and credit unions, people love banks and credit unions, and they give us interest on our money. But it's not common knowledge, and they don't pass out the knowledge. They don't teach what this interest rate that they're giving is going to mean.
Because what is it usually?
Okay, so gonna hurt some feelings when people find this out now. Okay, so what I've heard about and seen from what they call high yield savings accounts, the highest I've seen is about 4.5%, up to 5%.
Okay.
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 Rule 72 says you take your interest rate and divide it into 72, and that's going to tell you how many years it's going to take for your money to double. Okay. Traditional savings accounts, ooh, and checking accounts, ooh, 0.07%.
So by the time you actually access that money, let's say you've been saving it up for 10 years. By the time you actually access that money, because let's say you want to buy a house or you want to put your kids through college, whatever, you lost money.
The rate of inflation
Dude,
is much
your money
higher than
is
that.
worth less by the time you actually get it in your physical hands, right?
By the time you let it, because banks and credit unions, and I actually talk a lot about them because not only do they, I don't like how they prey on people who are trying to do better for themselves. Like,
In what way?
some people say, okay, I want to set up these accounts to make sure my money's growing for the future. I want to make sure I'm putting my money away and saving on a daily basis. And all they say is, okay, cool, come bring it here.
Right.
Now, working in the field of investment, I'm saying the same thing. Come bring your money here. I want you to invest with me. I want you to bring your money to me. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I give you the education first so I can empower you, and then you can make that informed decision if you want to work with me, because I know I'm going to do right by you, but I
Right.
want you to be educated and know what's about
Not
to happen.
just, oh, I got this thing, but I don't know what it's about, what
I
it
got this
entails.
CD, Certificate of Depression. It's growing backwards for you
Right.
when it comes down to inflation. Because let me ask you this, right? Who do you think, when it comes to banks and credit unions, who do you think they're in business for?
Definitely themselves.
Themselves, right? And let's ask the crowd too. I want y'all to answer these questions along with us too, because who gives out car loans? Who?
The bank,
Okay. What about house loans?
banks,
Banks can. Student loans,
banks,
credit cards.
banks.
Okay, so they're giving out all this stuff, and then we already know the interest rates on them is high, 23% on the credit card or higher, right? So you're getting those, and we already just talked about how much money they're giving us back. So that seems a little backwards. All right, who gets our direct deposit?
Well, the bank.
Ooh, interesting. So they're getting our money off the top, giving us the crumbs. However, they turn around and sell us the money back through interest at way higher rates.
So, what are some better suited solutions for people to save their money instead of, breaking that down? Obviously, that's, it's just scratches your ears like the sound of nails on a chalkboard. So, what are some solutions you have for people who are currently banking and, thinking and was completely shocked by this information to know that they're not getting the best yield on their money? What are the solutions you have for them?
Okay, so for those people who are already banking, already trying to make those better decisions for yourselves, okay, what I want you to do is first sit down with me, get a financial independence number, make sure because we're going to tailor you a financial plan. So that financial independence number is going to tell you how much money you need to accumulate in your life so you can be financially independent. Because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, they probably didn't sit down and give you that number while you was there opening that account with them. Okay, that's number one. And I'm going to teach you the rules of the money game so you understand how your money is going to be growing for you and what interest rates are actually, what a high interest rate actually looks like and what that will look like over the period of your time if you can achieve that on an average on a yearly basis, right?
Right.
But another thing I would say is get the 3 fundamental accounts. One is going to be an emergency fund. That's going to be 3 months of your income. That's going to be for emergencies, not because you need some concert tickets and you don't have the paycheck didn't provide, right? So we want to make sure we're paying ourselves first, putting money in an emergency fund, get that 3 months of income saved up. Then we're going to, number 2, get that second short-term account. That's going to be 6 months of your income. And that's for things that's going to be like a down payment for a house, or if layoffs happen all the time. People get displaced from jobs all the time. So you lose your job. That's going to be for 3 to 5 years, purchases 3 to 5 years down the line, or in an event that one of those things
So you're saving, building,
happen.
You want to make that decision, you have access to that money, get you a house.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got to get a house through you. Anyway, and the third account, the major account, wealth building account. And I feel like the best way to do that is a Roth IRA. I know I've said it pretty much every episode, but Roth IRA is one of the best ways to go because you're paying with after-tax dollars.
Yep.
You're putting after-tax dollars in there, and it's going to grow. And by the time it's time to withdraw, you're not going to have to pay those taxes.
Yeah.
If you're taking it out within the right time frame after 59 and a half or one of the qualified distributions, you don't have to pay the penalties, and it's already taxed. So you're not paying those extra taxes. Because let me ask you this, Jeanette. When it comes down to paying taxes, Does it make more sense to pay taxes now when we have income coming in, or does it make more sense to pay taxes once we are retired and are on a fixed income or don't have income coming in?
Well, obviously now, yeah.
Obviously now, right? Okay, so that's why we would go with a Roth IRA,
Gotcha.
because there's things like 401ks with jobs and everything, and those are great because a lot of times they're matching. However, they're matching up to a certain percentage. So I feel like get that match, get
Yeah.
up to that percentage, right?
Yeah.
But everything after that match is going to be some money that you're going to have to pay taxes on after retirement once you don't have that income coming in, right?
Right.
So max up, get up to that max that you can get with your 401k with your job. Hallelujah. However, take the rest, get into a Roth IRA, max that out, $583 a month. Max that out. Show you how to be a millionaire in 25 years.
And that beats the bank any time of day, huh?
Oh, I'll beat the bank every time, I promise.
All right. Well, we thank y'all for joining us today. Again, as always, Jeanette Johnson with Century 21 Connect Realty.
And I'm Isaiah Lyles with Primerica Financial Services. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share with a friend. Engage in the comments. We like to hear what you have to say,
Yes.
because your ideas, your questions might bless somebody else when it comes down to them learning from someone else's experience, so they don't have to step on the same landmines. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share with a friend.
And always remember to mind your business.